step into the shadows of the past as we decode the mystery behind the most unbelievable photos throughout history. Join me on this journey while we uncover 50 of the craziest historical photos you've never seen. Without further ado, let's get started. White Wolf, or Chief John Smith, holds the record as the oldest Native American ever at 137 years. A picture of a mom and child in Hiroshima, 1945, 4 months after the atomic bombing. A snapshot of a Norwegian bride around 1900. A photo of a German mortar crew in the ruins of Stalingrad during World War II. A throwback to Bill Gates in the 1970s. Eddie the Eagle Edwards soaring at the 1992 Calgary Winter Olympics.
First recorded selfie in human history. This was unbelievably over 100 years ago. Speaking of cameras, this was the first ever photo taken of someone. The man shown was 200 feet away, and to this day, we don't know who he is. Here's another photo about cameras. This right here was an attachable camera for revolvers. It let you see a photo of victims right before they were shot. God, that's terrifying. Enough about cameras, let's switch the topic to cars. This right here is believed to be the first photo of the first car. These cars could barely reach 20 miles per hour. Gander at the first ever car accident recorded on camera, surprisingly not that bad.
Yoda's creator made the character's face look like his own. This is him taking a selfie with the real-life Yoda. A guy named Frank Lentini, born with an extra part, had 3 legs, 4 feet, and 16 toes in the 1900s. He even had 2 private parts, if you get what I mean. Some tribeswomen used nose plugs to avoid being kidnapped. They did it cause rival tribes only took the pretty woman. Captured during the Civil War and released from Andersonville Prison in 1865, this Union prisoner of war passed away shortly after the photograph was taken. In 1904, the Fat Men's Club of New York exclusively welcomed members weighing a minimum of 200 pounds. As a prerequisite, individuals had to pay a $1 fee, and upon entry, they were initiated with a secret handshake and password. Check out these heroic firefighters during the 9/11 attacks in 2001. These men, alongside many others, sacrificed their safety to save countless lives. Here's a photo of the first table read session of The Office. This show would go on to be unbelievably successful and now is a cult classic. A police officer oversees an ankle competition, assessing the most aesthetically pleasing ankles. In the past, there was even a Miss Lovely Eyes competition where women wore masks and only their eyes were subject to judgment. Explore the early concept of a portable TV as envisioned by people of that era. A man rigorously tests the safety of a football helmet. Witness the celebration of transporting a remarkable 5 megabytes of data by plane. On this day, the world witnessed the switch of driving sides on the road. Behold the inaugural gathering of the Mickey Mouse Fan Club, a surprisingly creepy affair. Due to restrictions on women boxing, rooftop venues hosted their fierce matches. Captain Jack Bonavita, nicknamed the One-Armed Lion Tamer, striking a pose with his lions in 1904. A glimpse of a traditional Rwandan hairstyle from 1923. A Japanese home vandalized in Seattle, Washington, 1945. Stumps of trees cut during winter in 1866, indicating the depth of snow by the height of the stumps. Italian Alpine Mountain infantry photographed during the Greco-Italian War in World War II, 1941. an Indian soldier holding a Nazi German flag in Italy, 1945. Elephant Man. His distorted features were caused by a disease that overproduces cells. Couple grieving the loss of their child. Within an hour, they realized their son had been swept away by the ocean currents, never to be seen again. An innocent-looking child who would grow up to murder and cannibalize over 20 people. His name was Jeffrey Dahmer. This photo shows Holocaust victims who had been starved and tortured for months. None of these men would survive. Man in the shower. Moments after this photo was taken, his girlfriend would take his life with a knife. Johnny Eck, the actor born with an underdeveloped lower torso, strikes a pose in a promotional photo for the renowned film Freaks from 1932. Capturing the essence of the 1930s, a Chinese Buddhist monk gracefully traverses a chain bridge at Jaganju Figure Hill Temple in China. Snapshot of Wakefield, Massachusetts, 1909. In a charming scene from 1931, the young Peirus family is immortalized, photographed by none other than their cat friend. In a moment frozen in the 1930s, the League of German Girls stand at attention during inspection. A glimpse into the 1970s, iconic singer Dolly Parton with her husband Carl Dean, celebrating their enduring marriage since 1966.
This here is General Horatio Gordon Robley, surrounded by his collection of preserved human heads in circa 1895. This is Osama bin Laden and his family in 1971 while in Sweden. Osama would go on to plan and coordinate the 9/11 attack in 2001. This is the first ever flying car developed by Theodore Hall in 1948. Only 2 of these magnificent cars were ever constructed. This is Ted Bundy before he was caught and imprisoned. He had already murdered multiple women at this point and would go on to be charged for over 30 killings less than 5 years later.
At 19, David Eisen broke the color barrier at a Florida pool in 1958, leading to its closure. In 1903, huge guys from Kashmir posed with photographer James Rackleton during the making of the MGM logo in 1928. In 1936, 17-year-old journalist Marina Ginesta stood on a Barcelona hotel rooftop. This photo shows someone getting busted for growing marijuana in the 70s. Our last photo shows teens in awe at an Elvis Presley concert in the 60s. This truly shows how times have changed over the past 50 years. Thanks for exploring historical photos with me. If you liked it, give a thumbs up and subscribe for more history adventures. Share your thoughts below and let's keep uncovering the past together. See you in the next episode.